Okay, welcome. Wait. I had a little. I don't know if I'm live or not. There's a little technical difficulties, and I'm not 100% sure that I'm live. Like I think I'm live. I know I'm live. There we go. Now I have confirmation that I am in fact live. Welcome back. Today is Wednesday, May 28th, 2025, our year of the Lord. And of course, I, as always, am your humble servant, Addy, here to welcome you to yet another live stream where we will do some programming and probably some talking and probably a lot of distractions until I kind of buckle down. I did not. So I actually started the show like a full minute late. I got completely distracted by reading an article and shit posting on Twitter. And as a result, I neglected to set up the YouTube chat. So let me go ahead and do that. Set up the chat window. Easy. There it goes. The chat window should now be working. So hopefully some people will join us and we'll get some chats. We'll get some, get some people talking and, interacting and coming in and saying, woo, woo, yeah, well, party time. Excellent. Woo. Okay. So today we're making some great progress. Let me show you. Let me show you the progress we've made. So what we're working on tonight, what we're going to work on, we're working on being able to select a point on the map. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. We're working on being able to select a point on the map, and then being able to label the point, and then be able to tell the green guy to go to it. However, I don't know what I changed, but I hit a slight snag. Somehow. Oh, this is even weirder than I thought. Somehow I am floating. I don't know how this happened, but I am literally floating. Well, wait a minute. Where's the capsule? Okay, this just keeps getting weirder by the moment. Okay, what the hell is going on? It's like the capsule is invisible. Oh, okay. Oh. Mother effer. Okay. Well, first of all, I'm blaming Matthew for this. I'm completely blaming Matthew for this because okay. So the problem was that the camera was not attached to the. I'm still not entirely sure what's happening here. Okay, let me see, because I think what happened was that the.
Please, you are under arrest.
Okay, no. I forgot to move something else. I have to move this. I have to move the first. Somehow the first person marker got way up here. Okay, so wait a minute. Maybe it's not Matthew's fault. I don't know. I don't know. Matthew's on thin ice. That's all I'm saying. Like the company is starting to reconsider. We might be moving in a different direction, and it might be best if for everybody if we just part way. But I'm not ready to do that yet. I'm not ready to give. Do they call it a pink slip? And no, there's a term for it in like, I know in India, they would be like, oh, he turned in his papers, meaning he gave notice. But they also have a term for when somebody like gets fired. Like maybe the term is like he was given his papers. Isn't there a term for it in like here in America, you might say, oh, he
You're under arrest.
What the hell is happening? What is going on? Now, what is happening? Oh my God. Oh my stars and garters. Oh my stars and garters. What? Okay. I think what I need to do. Oh my God. I literally, I don't know what happened. I think. Okay. I have an idea. I'm going to check in all of these. Okay. So stage selected. No. Okay. Checking in. Work on map labeler. Something really weird just happened. And apparently me fixing it is just making it worse. So what I'm going to do is, I think what I'm going to do. Okay. And then what I can do now is I'm going to stash this because I pretty much narrowed it down earlier. I was able to narrow it down to stashing this. And now let me let this reload. We should be back to normal. I think I might have screwed something up earlier when I tried to change where the player was located. But I might have not moved. Okay. All right. This looks more normal. Okay. All right. Now let me see what I broke in the process of that. Okay. So what I broke was I have to go here, and then I got to go to this, and then I got to go to the no. I got to go to. Wait a minute. Where was it? I think it was this. Label dialogue no. Oh my, wait a minute. This. That's what I want. I want it to be there. See, this is the problem. I don't remember what anything was. I was playing around with the UI canvas. But then the label dialogue prefab, I think I have that here. Okay. Now, I think this should work. And this will showcase what Matthew did when he made this like nice spinning little visual effect.
Please.
Okay.
Rest.
I just want to get away from that guy. Okay, perfect. And now what happened? All right. So the music, okay, first of all, what happened was the music stopped. I'm playing copyright music. Hopefully this is not a copyright strike. I'm going to assume it's not. We'll see. I mean, again, I'm not making money on this stream. So I'm doing this stream out of the kindness of my heart. So no. Okay, we'll just go with this. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this music is. We're going to go with it. Camera is way offset for some reason. Yeah, I think it was me. You know what, Matthew? It's not you. It's me. The problem isn't you. The problem is me. It's me. So I had some code that was showing the label. Okay. Okay. All right. It was showing the dialogue. So let me see. I think I need to set. I fucking hate how Unity does not save the game object. I have Matthew. Maybe you can tell me about this. So look, if I see the little asterisk up by the game, that means that I have made a change that's not saved. I press play. It does not get saved when I play. And I know what you're going to say. Well, Addy, you need to turn on the option that says to automatically save when you build and play. Well, look at this, motherfucker. Look at that. Look. Preferences. It's like on the first page. Auto save scene before building. Checked. Oh my God, it pisses like it so many times. The fact that it does not save the scene file has come to bite me in the ass, and I fucking hate it. Oh, it is so infuriating. And CTO not sure is in the house. That's a nice looking intersection. The roads are all screwed up right now. I need to what I need to do is I need to give a canvas. So I was talking to AI about how to display a dialogue, right? And I got it kind of doing, I don't want to say I even got it working. I got it doing something. But I need to go through it. I want to refactor the code. And I was like, okay, I'll do that on stream. So here we go. We can select a point. And now if I hit the primary key, okay. So you can see I hit the primary mouse button and I get this ugly looking dialogue, although I can still move shit around and I can still do things I shouldn't be able to do. Okay, so we have to change some code. So I have locked this state. The cursor is visible. That's excellent. What we need to do now, so at the point that I hit the button, we have the saved point. I need to... destroy the label. Let me see. I can get rid of this. This is debug code. I think I need to destroy the circle instance. So I can do, okay, so when we show the label dialog, we can destroy the circle instance, set the circle instance to null, and then we save the, then we show the dialog. Okay. Do I want, and I think I want label active mode equals to false after that. So let's see if that works. So what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to get it to like lock the rotation and trying to get it to the little yellow thing. Actually, I shouldn't destroy the little yellow thing. I should make the little yellow thing just stuck to where it is. Yeah, we'll revisit that in a second. But do you see what I mean? Like the marker, the land marker, when I hit the primary mouse button. So I come over here. So it disappeared, which is kind of what I told it to do. But what it should really do is it should just stay there. It should stay on. Should it? Should it? Should it? Maybe. Maybe. Okay. One thing I definitely know should happen is that the little crosshair in the middle needs to be turned off temporarily. So how do I don't even remember where that is. I think that's on here. How? I guess I can just make the crosshair an object. I hate doing it. I really don't like doing it, but I'm going to do it anyway. So serialized field, I'm going to make private. We're going to have it's going to be a game object, and it's going to be the crosshair. I feel like there should be a cleaner way to do this, but we're going to go with this for now. So what'll happen was the crosshair will be inactive when the dialog pops up, right? So here we'll have crosshair set active false, and then when we exit out of everything, we'll have to, let's see. I think we can get rid of that for now. Okay, so we'll have, actually, no, we can't get rid of it because I want to change something. Okay, so we'll do crosshair set active true. So this is at least going to kind of set up the UI elements. So not sure is asking, the fuck is this? Okay, I'll explain it in a second. Just since you're the CTO, not sure, I think it's only fair that I explain it to you. All right. And this is all Matthew's fault. All right, let's let the game run. So what we are trying to accomplish, not sure. Okay, ignore this guy for now. He's just getting in the way. Okay, just get away. Okay, what I want to be able to do is I want to use this. I want to be able to select a point on the map, right? I want to select a point on the map, and then I want to give it a label, right? That's what this... Oh, it didn't work. Okay, I completely screwed it up. But you saw the dialogue where you can write the name. We're going to fix it in a second. So you'll do this. You'll name it something, and then you can go to the green guy. And one of the options that I just kind of added as a stub is go to, right? Go to does nothing right now, but eventually what it will do is it will say go to, and then you'll get a list of the points that you've saved, and you can tell the green guy to go to one of the points. That's the first step in kind of like trying to control the NPCs. So that's what we're going to do. We're trying to make it so that you can dynamically label points on the map. I should say arbitrarily label points on the map, and then you can tell the green guy to just go to those points. So let's see. I'm going to turn the music up a little. Okay. But apparently I screwed up because all I changed was set. Why did that? So this should show the dialogue. I was running into problems with this. But the dialogue doesn't do anything right now. All I'm trying to do is have the dialogue. Well, wait a minute. I don't even clean up the dialogue. Okay, this is where the refactoring comes in. Like this is a mess. And this is actually a prime example of how AI can lead to a mess, right? Because this is just getting spaghetti-ish already, because what we're trying to do in this one class is we're trying to handle at this the initial state is with the selection of the yellow thing, and then once we have hit the primary mouse button, basically once we have selected a point, that's when we go into the state of the dialogue pops up and you name it, right? And AI is just it's just fuck AI. All right, so let's just kind of go into refactoring things, how it should be done. So this is all activated with a comma. So let's see, how do we want to do this? How do we want to do this? This is just all with the, because I want to be able to press escape. Label mode active. That's not going to be right. Input key down. Okay, so label mode. Okay, so if label... If not, okay, so... I guess we could just have a little enum, right? We could do with a little enum. Does that make sense? I'm gonna be thinking out. Okay, state. All right, so we're gonna have 3 states. We're gonna have the idle state. We're gonna have a marking, and then then we're gonna have private. I guess that'll be state. Current state. State equals idle. So if I hit the comma, we're just kind of starting from scratch. So if, I guess we'll just do it. What's going to be cheaper? Is it going to be? Is it going to be cheaper to test for the state first, or is it going to be cheaper to test for the key state? I'm guessing it's going to be cheaper to test for current state first. Okay, so if current state equals state idle, and input key down, this says M. I don't hate M, but I kind of like comma too. Why are we making things marking things while in game? I just told you. You're going to be able to assign points, arbitrary points, to a label, and then you're going to be able to tell the NPCs, you're going to be able to use that in game. Like the first thing we're going to have is you're going to be able to tell the NPC to go to a point. Think of it like, because remember, part of this is part of the strategy of winning the game is going to be controlling your NPCs. There's going to be using the NPCs to win the game, and then there's also going to be, you have to be able to control using the NPCs to win the game, but also winning the game is also saving the NPCs, right? Because the NPCs are going to be able to die. Like the NPCs on your team, your family, right? They're going to be able to die. So winning the game is going to be getting to a winning point, which we have to define. But right now, I'm kind of thinking of it in my mind as like getting to a point on the map without dying, and then being able to think of it as a border, and that's probably what it will end up being. Think of it like the Berlin Wall, and we have to get over the wall, and that's how you win. But you also want to get your family members over the wall. So the more family members you get over the wall, the more you win, like the higher your score or whatever you want to call it. So there's going to be strategy involved with that. And part of the strategy is going to be able to tell your family, like, hey, run over to that point. But eventually we also want to be able to do things like, okay, wait 30 seconds and then run to that point. So how do you define that point? You're going to have to define that point in the game. Now, this does bring up something that I haven't talked about yet, and this is actually a big topic that I know nothing about, and maybe Matthew can offer some advice on this since he's very experienced, but that is saving games. Like, how do you save your game? And I know Unity has some built-in mechanisms for that, but I really haven't looked into them. I don't know how they work. So that's like a big thing, right? Because it's going to be really annoying if every time you play, like, basically you're not going to be able to finish the game in one shot. I guess you are. Like ultimately, we would want the game to probably be around 3 or 4 hours long. So if you play it for 4 hours straight, then sure, you might beat it without ever restarting it. But ultimately, we would want people to be able to play it for like a half hour or an hour and then come back to it the next day. We should maybe make a 2D simulation. What are you talking about? What are you? A 2D simulation of what? Are you talking about like a top-down simulation of marking points on the map? Because that's what I was originally thinking. But then I was thinking either like Matthew suggested a mini map, and I was thinking maybe a mini map. But I kind of liked the idea of being able to select on the map. Because the thing I don't like about a mini map is that the player can then select points that they can't see. And I'm using air quotes, right? With the method we're using now, the player has to be able to see the point that they want to label, which I think adds to the gameplay. If you use a mini map, yes, there would be ways to restrict it in a mini map, but I kind of like this way where you have to do it in the view. Okay. So let's see. So if we select the comma, current state, marking map, label. So I don't think I need the label mode active. I want to get rid of the label mode. So I'm going to get rid of that. Cursor visible. I don't think we need to do the lock state. We might want to disable the crosshair. Okay. I saved using JSON utility. It's the fastest method. So you're just like streaming out like objects. Okay. But we'll worry about save later. Which is probably a big mistake. Okay, so if we are in marking map state, we know we need to create the circle instance. See, this is where this is all getting a little confusing, where I'm getting a little scatterbrained here. Yes, he refers to serialization to a file. Yes. Yeah, but we'll have to figure out, like, what... Like in this game, let's say we had multiple NPCs. I guess you would just have the important things of the NPC, like the health and its rotation and its position, and those things serialized and then deserialized when you're loading the game. All right. Okay, so let's see what now AI. This is pretty much what I had up there, and then it casts the ray if the circle instance is not equal to null. Okay, this is where I was trying to do too much. So I think in here, at this point, I can assume that the circle instance is not null if we're in this state. Is there an assert? Assert that circle instance is not null. No, I don't want to check it. I want to do an assert. I guess surely there's an assert. So Razman is just showing me a bunch of, yeah. Like I said, I mean, we'll have to go through. We'll have to figure out which new NPC, Goblin, DPC. Yeah. I mean, I can figure out how to serialize, but yeah, we're not there yet. We'll get there. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. I guess there wouldn't be an assert if there is no debug mode as opposed to release mode. Now, Matthew says debug assert. Yeah, debug assert, but what does that do exactly? So here's what in C++, you have static assert, which is a compile time assert, right? You can do various compile time checks. But then there's runtime asserts, which will literally crash. They'll crash the program if you have asserts turned on in your build. Generally, that's what they do. So like at work, what we do is we have an assert. So first of all, we have a concept of different build modes. And I've talked about this before, and I know C# has like debug builds, release builds, and it probably has other types of builds. And probably has your own types that you can define depending on various optimization and other compiler settings, whether or not you're including debug symbols or not. So for example, like I was saying, at work, we have an assert command. It's a custom one, but like we call it foo assert, right? We don't actually call it that, but I'm going to call it that. And then you would put a message inside of it. And what happens is if you run what we would call an assert build, that's where you have a build where we have asserts turned on. If an assert hits, then the program crashes at that assert. And we do that on purpose. Like we purposely want it to crash there because if you hit the condition, then something is really, really wrong. Whereas in a non-assert build, that assert message will be completely ignored. And then generally what you'll have is you'll see something like an assert message, and then you'll see the same exact if main camera equals null, throw an exception or something like that. You usually see the error condition handled underneath of the assert build. Let's see. Debug assert. Can a null coalescence work? So are you talking about like during debug mode it has an actual functionality, but during release mode it's a no op? Is that what you're talking about by null coalescence? You're talking about something else. Circle error circumstance equals something. Assert using in-unit framework. Unity does development builds to show errors at runtime, or do you mean something else? No, I maybe that's what I'm talking about. I don't know. So in the C++ world, debug builds are generally you have debug builds which have no optimization and debug symbols. You have a concept of this is not strict C++, so don't take this as gospel. But then you have a concept of release with debug symbol builds, where those are builds with the release optimizations, but they still have the debug symbols. And then of course you have the release builds which have no debug symbols and all the optimizations. I think I'm getting wrapped up in that world, expecting it to have something similar. Because there's another thing that I have been glossing over the entire time we've been working on this project, and that is error handling. Like there are lots of errors where like I feel like where in my mind I'm like, ooh, we should be throwing. Like in my mind I'm thinking like that should throw an exception, but I have no idea how the exception handling gets propagated or how it ultimately gets handled. So I don't know. Like in a production build, I would imagine that C# has some, or not C#, but I would imagine Unity has some outer layer try catch where it's probably catching any exception, whether it's unhandled or not. Or actually, I guess only if it's unhandled. So basically, in that sense, there would be no unhandled exception in your Unity program. I would guess Unity's doing something like that, but I honestly don't know. Might be different, but you can enable development build and build profiles. You can also connect a profile to a dev build. Now, here's another thing. So again, I feel like I'm mentioning C++ a lot. In C++, you can do like this. Like I know there were preprocessor directives in C#. And actually, I'm pretty sure you used to be able to do this in C# as well. But can you do like this? Oh, like if debug, do some code, and then that code only gets included in a debug build, or release, or if not debug, like are there? Does that make sense? All right, I got to stay focused. You guys are distracting me. All right, let me focus. Let me ignore you guys for a second. All right, so this is going to do this. Ground layer masking. Okay, if the circle instance... See, this is one of those things where I'm like, we should be able to assume the circle instance... We should be able to assume circle instance exists. If we are in here... Okay, so if vector distance is... Okay, so if the input, okay, so we had handle marking map, and then what we should be able to do, this is where we're going to switch our state, and we're going to go to, let's see, so saved position, and then we will destroy the circle. Ooh, but okay, for now we're going to destroy the circle instance, and then we'll do show name dialog, but we need to change the state. Did we change the state up here? I don't think. Oh, we did. We changed. That was the first thing we did. Okay. Change the state. Okay, so now the state is labeling. So we show the dialog. Okay, excellent. Now, and then here, what I want is input, if input key down dot escape. Okay, so let's see, if current state equals, okay, so then if we're marking the map, well, actually, it doesn't matter. We should be able to go back to idle regardless. We're going to set the crosshair. We're going to set that to active regardless. If current state equals, then we will destroy the circle instance, and circle instance equals null. And then I guess this can be an else. Okay, that looks better than what we had, but something tells me it's not perfect, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect right now. Static void if debug. Okay, so yeah, you have debug preprocessors, precompile directives. That's the shit I do with firmware. Well, I mean, yep. In C++, you can utilize preprocessor directives to conditionally include or exclude portions of code during compilation, a feature that is not direct. You say that's a feature it's not directly available in C#. No. No. I am nearly positive it's available in C#. Can you use... Yes, of course you can. Can you use precompiler directives? But there's another word for them, but whatever. Compile. I'm going to directives to selectively include / exclude code in C#. Absolutely you can. Yes, you can. Of course you can. Because you can define them. Like, right, like even if the debug mode is not built into the compiler, you can define it yourself. And you can say, okay, in my debug profile, when I build my program, define debug as 1, or just define that it exists. And then now you have if debug. Like, of course you can do that. No, what are you talking about, Raz, man? Get out of here with that nonsense. Yeah, like right here. Like, yeah, if debug mode. And of course, it defined it itself. But yeah, of course you can do that. Of course you can. I mean, that's the whole point of precompiler directives. It's to selectively exclude and include code. That's the whole point of them. Okay, what do we got going on? Do I have a compiler error? I feel like that guy, like when Razman said that, you guys like, do you watch? Am I the only person? Somebody called me old for watching YouTube Shorts, and I took offense to that. But do you guys watch YouTube Shorts? But but I feel like if I see it on YouTube Shorts, it's probably on pre-compile or pre-processor. So they're, I mean, are we talking about the same thing? Maybe we're not talking about the same thing. In C++, you would call them definitions, pre-compiler definitions. But they're the same thing. Pre-processor directors are more common term. YouTube Shorts kind of rule. I don't know what you're talking about. But there's this guy on it, like he sees these things, like he'll see another TikTok, right? Or another YouTube short, or probably a TikTok of like, did you know that if you put a rubber band around a snail, it turns into a butterfly? And then he'll be like, and then he starts like, no way. And then he goes and he tries it, and then it either works or it doesn't. And so when Razman wrote that message about the in C++ you can utilize blah blah blah, that's why I was like, no way. I was thinking about that guy. Yeah, I was thinking of another man. I was thinking about a man. Okay. Like while I was doing my stream. Just don't. Okay. So we completely broke it. And of course, my friend David, every fucking stream. Let me send him a link. He's not going to watch. I'm going to send him a link to the stream. That's the mechanic guy. Yeah, he is. He's good. I like him. But he's like, no way. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I might as well send a link to my buddy Robbie, who I kind of ditched him. I felt kind of bad, and I should send it to Lisa. I went to my mom's, as you guys know. I was at my mom's, and actually, I need to text my mom because my sister. Get this. My mom, she had surgery last Monday. She stayed in the hospital Monday night, went home Tuesday. My sister spent the night with her Tuesday night. I got to her house on Wednesday. I was there Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night. And then I came home yesterday on Tuesday. So my other sister got there on Tuesday. And now I think my sister's going home today. And I'm like, I don't know that my mom is ready to be alone yet. Did Jennifer win? And I'm like thinking like, I might have to go back to my mom's. When is Jennifer going home? Because like my mom, like she's getting better, but I don't know that she's like ready to just be doing things like by herself and everything. And I'm just like, and my sister's already going home. So I've spent, what was that? What did I say? That was Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I spent 6 nights with this woman. And trust me, that is a feat. Like, I love my mother. But oh man, is my mother like nails on a chalkboard. I don't know what it is, but it is just, it's rough. But so like 6 nights might as well be like 60 nights to me. And like my 2 sisters combined are staying with her 3 nights. Like, give me a break. So, I mean, she better remember that when she writes the will. Okay, so I have completely foobarred things. So what did I foobar? Okay, so we instantiated. Okay, if current state equals get. I love my mom too, but she's dead. Lisa says, Jesus Christ, Lisa. Jesus Christ. Holy shit. God. I need to call my father. I hope my father's okay. Like, normally he calls me every few weeks, and I kind of take that for granted. But, like, for the past 6 months or so, he hasn't been calling me every few weeks. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, why hasn't my dad called me? Okay, it looks like we've got a compilation error somewhere here, boys. What's going on? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, let's just do this. All right, let's play some Russian doomer music for Not Sure. I gotta keep the CTO happy, or else he's gonna go find another job. My dad's not dead, but he's 77. My dad's 75. Actually, I'm gonna text him. Right now. I'm just gonna text him. Are you alive? Okay. So, wait a minute. So, we should be going into here. Okay, we're not going to be going into there yet.
Please, you are under arrest.
Okay, so let's see. All right. Oh. The crosshair. I think the crosshair is null, so it was complaining about that, so it threw an exception. Why doesn't it save the goddamn... Look at... I hate that it doesn't save the game object. I hate that so much. All right, let me see. Okay, so we can put the crosshair here. Good. All right, so now we should have some functionality. And David says, I hate you. Now he's going to come in. He's going to say something about, he's going to come in with just picture the guy in 10th grade whose sexuality you worried about a little bit because he found it funny to pull guys' boxer shorts down when they were in the gym room. That's the kind of humor you get. Not Sure says, should I ban David? LOL. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. All right, let me see. But I'm typically against homophobia. So we don't want to. I mean, I don't want it to become homophobic. Make a good game. All right, so we're going to select this, and we're going to. Okay, things are working. Look at that. Now we're cooking with fire. Look at that. That actually worked out really well. Okay, let's see. David says, you were that kid. Definitely. No. David was he was a wrestler in high school. He was really big into wearing skin-tight clothing and making other boys submit. Do with that what you will. Okay. So let's make sure the escape. Let's make sure hitting escape actually works. I like the idea of a mini map. I know you like the idea of a mini map. I like the idea of a mini map too. And we will build a mini map. But let's not build a mini map just for the sake of building a mini map. Okay, let me show you something that I think is pretty cool. You can run up here. Okay, let's go up here. Let's go upstairs. Got to go upstairs. Keep going upstairs. Go upstairs some more. Lisa says, that sounds hot. I mean, you would like that. And Matthew says, now we're cooking with vodka. Okay, so here's what I like about this functionality, Not Sure. Is I don't know why, but I kind of you could imagine the green guy's up here next to you and you're like, yes, son, run over there. And now you got to label it and then point A and then you hit confirm. All right. An elevator. David wants an elevator. I think elevators are more of a version 2 thing. I think that's going to be a version 2. Definitely a version 2. Or David, you're always asking me how you can get started programming. Add an elevator to the game. That's how you can get started programming. Okay. That's a cool game mechanic. Thank you. Not Sure. Well, actually, don't thank me. Thank AI and thank Matthew for the actual graphic, the gold graphic, which I had just a regular gold square and it was flat, but I was happy with it. But Matthew made it all 3-dimensional and animated. I would say, let's look at it again really quick. for some reason I was picturing it green. Don't change it. Don't change it. But like, I think maybe it was like Star Wars Galaxies or some game like long ago. They had something like this that was green. I was going to say we should make it spin, but actually I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty cool how it is. Okay. Okay, so escape does not work. Actually, let me see. Does escape work when it might work. It might kind of work. Night and day would be a cool game mechanic. Well, David, you are in luck. We have night and day in the game. We actually do. Okay, let me see something. Okay, so escape is actually just foobarred in general, but that should be pretty easy to... Okay, escape. We set the current state. Oh, yeah, we need to set the current state after we do the cleanup. Duh. Okay, let's see. We'll go over here. Easy. Easy. All right, let's try that. Let's try this now. Escape should work now. Maybe make the tube taller. I'm not nitpicking. It sounds like you're nitpicking. It's basically a virtual bus stop. But for some reason, I was like picturing it green, and I was picturing like a circular arrow that was like revolving around it.
You under arrest.
I don't know why that's what I was picturing in my mind, but that is what I was picturing. Okay, let me see. Okay, so escape. Oh no. Okay, so that is a small bug. Okay, so if I hit escape and then I have to move. That's weird. Okay, so that is a known issue. I think we will label that as a known issue. It's nothing that I need to spend the next hour and a half debugging. And then if I select, now can I escape from here? And I can. And then can I start? And then I can start. Enter. Perfect. Okay. So our escape. Okay. So we can escape out of things pretty well. Now I need to make that dialogue a little prettier. This, I can delete a lot of this. All right. So I texted my mother. Let me see. In the morning, are you ready to come back over? She says, like, I mean, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. Are you like my sister's leaving in the morning. Like my mother is like 70 years old, and like she just had like she's moving around. She's mostly like my mother. If I had to put a percentage on it, she is. When I left, my mother was at like 65%. Right? You know what? I would say 67.5%. She was at 67.5%. So she very well may be above 70% now, but it's got me a little worried. Like she says, yes, hun, I'm fine. Okay. Well, I don't like the idea of you being alone. I need to tell David to go over because David loves going over to my mom's house. All right. What the hell happened? Did everybody leave? Everybody leave at once? That's weird. What's going on over here? That is really weird. I went down to concurrent viewers 0. Is anybody there? Is everybody gone now? Everybody's gone. Everybody's gone. Okay, fine. That's. Oh, and now it's back. That was weird. Okay. So one of the things I need to do is I need to figure out, and maybe this is something that Matthew or Razman can help me out with, is the prefab does not look like I want it to look like. And let me be more specific. Let me come over here. Easy. Okay. So first of all, I added this background that AI told me to add. It doesn't really do anything. Where is it? It's this here. What object is that? So also the enter label name, like the text is I feel like I need to do auto size, move this up. Minimum is going to be 26. Maximum is going to be 72, but I can make this bigger. I need to figure out how to have the background, because okay, like here. Image. Source image background. What does this do? No. Like, how do I give it a background? How do I make it a nice color background with everything? Lisa says, David loves your mom. Is he going to be your new stepdad? David would love that, because that boy is in love with me. He is in love with me. Not sure says here, and Matthew says we all left. It looked like it, because it went down to concurrent viewers 0, and I'm like, well, damn! Like, David showed up and just took everybody away with him. Add a plane. Can I? But this is a panel. I can do it with the panel somehow, right? And like, like, even if I just gave it a border, like, how do I give it a border? I would prefer to give it a background. Click the grid looking icon in the rect transform. Okay, so that's this anchor thingy. Hold Alt and click the very bottom right option. Okay, so click that, hold Alt, click. Okay, but that's going to extend to the screen, right? And that's still not doing it, because that's just stretch. That's just vertical and horizontal stretch. Stretch. I had an ex-girlfriend, and she was just like, tell me you're going to stretch me. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to like she thought that was like the hottest thing ever. Like, tell me you're going to stretch me. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to do my best. Don't get your hopes up too high. Wow, that looks a ton better already. I mean, and all I did was just make the dynamic. Okay, yes, that will fill the whole thing. Okay, so that's going to fill the whole screen, but there's still not a background color. Okay, let me get this. Let's do this. All right. And Razman, with that girlfriend, something did happen. I know you like to say that's actually the same girlfriend who sister I got drunk with, where nothing did happen. Like, honestly, nothing happened with that sister. Addy, you stretch my patience. My mom says, oh, I'll be fine, hun. I'm not going anywhere. Jen went to the grocery store, so I'm stocked. But if you want to come back over, come on. Of course, my mom would love it if I went over, but it's like a 2.5-hour drive. I don't want to leave my wife. I don't want to leave my dog. I will say, last night was the first time I slept in my own bed for, like, the first time in a week. And I woke up at 3 o'clock with my leg in so much pain. And I think it was because I was sitting down in the car driving for 2.5 hours, but I was in so much pain. And I'm like thinking, like, I didn't have any of this pain at my mother's. Like, none. And then my first night home, and I wake up and I have to take 2 a leave at 3 o'clock in the morning. All right. Maybe we can worry. Let's worry. How about if we worry about? We'll worry about the We'll worry about this later. We'll worry about the look and feel of things later, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, 24. Because changing the way the dialogues look is always that's easy. So I guess what we can do is let's concentrate on the functionality. So here's one thing. So I need to get now. So this would be a good opportunity to try to use the on click, right? So how do I define functions in here? So let's see, runtime only. So could I drag a script into there? Wait a minute. I don't remember where I put the script. I gotta look at it. Let me see. Drag the script that contains the method you want to call. Ugh, I'm a genius. I'm a genius. That's what I just said. Okay, map labeler script. Where is that at? Find reference in scene. Oh, wait. No. That's not what I want. That's not what I want at all. Okay, I literally don't know what I just did. Oh, okay. I see what I did. Okay. I guess I could just do this. Map label. Okay, map labeling is the name of the file. It's under scripts player character. Okay. Easy player character. Map labeling. Okay, and then I can go here. No. I'm doing this all wrong. I got to go here. Okay. So I want to do properties of that button. And then I want to do can I do two property dialogues at once? Yes, you can. Perfect. Now I want to go back to scripts player character. Map label. Okay, let me add the functions first. So what I will do, hopefully I'm going to assume that the functions can be private. Private void confirm button. Confirm button clicked. Perfect. Easy. Okay, we're just going to do this right now. We'll just print some things out. And then we'll come here. And now we're going to do private cancel button. Perfect. Okay. I guess I can do the cleanup dialogue on both of them. All right. Easy. Okay, confirm button clicked, private. Okay, so now what I should be able to do... Map labeling, and then... Oh, wait. Let me see. Come down here. Easy. Oh, wait. I need to... God damn it. All right. Let me see. If I add it here. Okay, cancel. That's the cancel button. Map labeling. Oh my God. Oh, my stars and garters. Stop it. Oh my God. No, I don't want that. Okay. I know what I'm doing wrong. It's just I keep it. I have these dreams all the time that like I have to make a phone call in the dream. And I just keep like in my dream, I can't dial the number because I keep making mistakes. Like, and it's one of these stress dreams, and it's one of the most stressful things imaginable. And I feel like that's what I'm experiencing like pretty much every time that I stream. Okay. Map labeling. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. Perfect. And then okay, so maybe they can't. Maybe they can't be. Maybe they have to be a public. Do they have to be a public function? I don't understand. Do they have to meet a certain API? Let's try making it public. Okay, let's try deleting it and adding it again just to see. Matthew says yes, public. Okay, so we have map labeling. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. monoscript string, like, yeah, I don't know what that is. Okay. Let's try adding it from empty. Okay, there we go. Map. Okay, I gotta get my mouse. Okay, gotta get my mouse all lubed up. I mean, labeled. Okay, let's see. Labeled function. Monoscript. No, can't see the options past your camera. Oh, there are no options, Matthew. Like here, I'm gonna map. Okay, then. It just has monoscript string name. It may need a direct reference in the hierarchy instead of via the project. Oh. All right, never mind that. I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. Because the way that the AI wanted me to do it was just kind of find the component. So, but this wasn't working, and I think it wasn't working because I added like this TM Pro. I don't know what I don't know what the text stands for. Text mesh. I don't know, but I added this TM Pro button. So let me see if I come over here and I go to UI and then I do Text Mesh Pro. So I added a Text Mesh Pro button, and this was just doing a find, confirm button, get component button, and it wasn't working. And I assume that is because I need to use Text Mesh Pro button, but I'm not sure. Let me see. I think I did that somewhere. Text Mesh. Now this says Text Mesh Pro GUI. I'm not sure what the object is for a Text Mesh Pro button. So let's start at the beginning. Let's just, like I'm telling a story. Let's start at the beginning. Matthew says button is fine. Must be something else. Are you sure button is fine? Because button is something different than Text Mesh Pro button. So the reason that I'm having trouble with the lambdas is here, like I was getting a null reference on this line here. And I think it was because this get component, this was my guess. This is what I assumed. Because the get component button doesn't work because it's actually a Text Mesh Pro button. And I ran into that somewhere else. I think it was, it might have actually even been with button. But let me ask AI in a second. But also this find confirm button, like where is that confirm button? Is that the name, the game object name? I'm going to guess it is. Okay, let's see. Get component of a Text Mesh Pro button. Let's see what the AI comes up with. It just says button. Maybe button is it? Selectable button, but I don't think that's it. I really feel like that's not it. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT. Let's ask Grok. In Unity, I want to call get component to get a reference to a Text Mesh Pro button game object. What is the class name I should pass between the brackets? So this is just saying Text Mesh Pro. Okay. To get the button component. Okay. All right. To get the Text Mesh Pro button text component. All right. So maybe Matthew was right for once in his life. I mean, according to AI confirms what Matthew says, almost like Matthew knows what he's talking about. Well, in that case, I am not sure what's happening. So let's see. Let's do this. var item equals confirm button. If, oh my God, if item not equals, let's be explicit. I literally just want to print a debug message, debug log file confirm button of found. Else, okay, that's all I want to do. Let's go here. Let's see if it finds it. You know, once again, my wife said she was going to come up and hang out with me. And she didn't. All right. Let's see. Tengo miedo que voy a sentirme peor si te veo. All right. Let me see. Razman, ¿estás allá? ¿Estás escuchando, Razman? Oh, Razman se fue. He left. He left me. All right. I'm not attached. Okay. Easy. Okay. All right. We got that. It's just me and Matthew. Even Not Sure left me. That's just how it is. Okay. Update. Okay. I don't need a breakpoint there. Okay. Item is null. Confirm button is confirm button. Transform find. My computer's making noise, so I just hit it. I mean, I could just serialize it, right? And then on the prefab itself, let me look at the prefab. No, wait. I keep forgetting. I'm thinking. Because I feel like the script should be on the prefab. But wait, then where would the prefab go? Yeah. Okay. I mean, I guess I could just add the... I feel like this is cheating. It would be nice to have a nice dynamic way to do it, but whatevs. No, because then I'm going... No. I need a way to get the fields. I don't care what you say. I don't care what Not Sure says. I don't care that Razman left me. I need a way to get the fields. At least Not Sure is here. Okay. So there was... Okay, get component... So what does this find do? I mean, like, is it finding an object by the name? Okay, explain. In Unity C#, what does the find in this line do? Okay, it's used to search for, this said it's used to search for a child. Okay, because of course Grok is going to write a short novel as an answer. Okay, the find method is used to search for a child game object by name within the hierarchy of the specified transform. Okay, so, oh my God, look at this. It's still oh my God, how much code is it? Oh my God. Okay, these answers are ridiculously long. Okay, so let's see, we got this. So Matthew is recommending Find Children. What a novel. Yeah, no. Grok writes little short novels. Dialogue instance transform Find Children? Did I spell it right? I spelled it right. Is it on the transform? So if, let's see, dialogue instance is that. And then I want to find, because it's like button container, and then underneath a button container, it's called confirm button. Confirm button. Okay, will. Here is the hierarchy that I have. I have the dialogue instance, if I could type correctly, instance is a reference to the PF map label name dialogue, and I want to find the confirm button. Help. Let's see what it does. But if you must go via, okay, if the script is on a prefab for this, I do recommend making it public. No, but see, the script isn't on a prefab. Oh my God, look at, oh my, just give me the, oh Jesus Christ, please stop with the short novels as an answer. Just the facts. Ma'am. Get component in children button finds the first button. Okay, or I can do this. So this is actually recommending some type of like, I guess there's some tree type syntax. Because this is saying try button container / confirm button. Ew. Brother, brother, Let me see. But I do want to do it for code. Okay, so let's see. Find. So this is button container. Confirm button. Okay, I'm just going to stop there and see if that works. Let's see if that works. That's weird. Transform find child. I'll check that out in a minute. But do I pass it the name confirm button? Brother, No, it's going to be stuck in my head. Brother, brother, oh my God. Brother, Brother, what's that? Brother, what's that? And of course, the other one I love that I've been quoting a lot lately is, why are you gay? Why are you gay? All right. I don't know if I am running the correct assembly, so I'm going to start this over. All right. Okay, so we have to go over here, easy, and then we got to do this, and then we got to do that. Okay, we hit the breakpoint. Item is not null. That is very good. That is actually very, very good. Not sure says, LOL, what are they talking about? I don't even know, but does it matter? It's just that good.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
Then another one of my favorites.
We bring in the studio this morning one of the gay rights activists, Mr. Should I call you Mr? Pepe Julian Onzima. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for
Good morning.
morning to you.
Why are you gay?
This is
I love that so much. Why are you gay? Why are you gay? Okay. All right. So we should be able to get the component on the button now. Although I don't like this. I'm not a huge fan of that solution. So let's try find child. Now I'm getting a brown notice. Okay. Obsolete. Says use find instead. Okay. All right. All right, so let me just do this. Just want to add handlers to it. So the confirm actually, we'll kind of come back to the confirm. The cancel is going to be the easier one to kind of implement. So let's try implementing that. Cancel button, and then the cancel button should just simply be clean up dialogue. I think. No, I need to reset the state too. Else it's all going to be, else it's going to be all kinds of messed up. All right, let me see. Actually, it should just be the same as like the escape key. What happened to clean up dialogue? Why is clean up dialogue all messed up? What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? Where do I have an extra? Okay. There we go. Let's see. Clean up dialogue. Then I press the escape button. We have. This is not the cleanest of solutions, but it's not the worst of solutions either. Okay. Let's see. So cancel should return us back to normal. Let's see if that works. Okay. Somebody messaged me. Deja de pensar eso, tu mente es tu peor enemigo. Shouldn't need the string though. We should be able to simply use confirm button only. I talked to Mr. Unity. Okay, let me see. If I go here, cancel. No. Am I even getting inside of the callback? No. Did I get any errors? No. Huh. Well, that's a pickle. Oh. Well, wait. Now I do. Wait. How did I... wait. What happened? What happened? Ugh. Once again, I think I said this before. Once again, my wife said she was going to come up here and hang out with me while I did my stream. And there she is nowhere to be found. Okay. Cancel. Okay. It should be attached according to that. Okay. No. Wrong click. I would get an error. That should be a listener. What if I? Oh, I think I have them on the. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Okay. All right. Yeah. I remember when she started programming years ago. I mean, she's not as old as me, but she's up there. She's not up there. No. I love you, Cassie. She's like 31. But she started her career as a programmer back when she was like, I think she got her first job when she was like 23, 24. So it's been a while. It's been almost 10 years. And I don't remember if she said this after she got her first job, or actually it might have been when she was doing, actually I think it was when she was in college and she started taking comp sci courses in college. And she was like, one thing I've noticed about programming is that computers, they do what you tell them. And they always do exactly what you tell them and not what you want them to do. I'm like, yep. I'm like, that was a prime example of like the computer was doing exactly what I told it to do. Exactly what I told it to do. But what I told it to do was not necessarily what I wanted it to do, but it was doing what I told it to do. Computers do what you tell them to do, not necessarily what you want them to do. Okay. So let's see. We'll go over here. Easy. Okay. Perfect. And then we can recreate it. Perfect. Okay. Now, at this point, the confirmation should actually be pretty straightforward. It's going to be pretty much, let's see. Okay. Whoa. Confirm button. All right. So the cleanup is going to be pretty much programming. It's like looking in a mirror. Okay. How? I'm trying to think that one through, but Okay. So the confirmation button. So this is where things will get interesting. Well, we need to get the input field as well. I guess we can do that when we hit confirmation. Let's see, confirmation clicked. Can I do this? Can I just do add listener? Can I do that? Will that work? Is that legal? I'm not getting any. The linter's not telling me otherwise. I think that is legal. So in which case, I think I can just do this. Confirm button clicked. Okay. I don't think these need to be public anymore. Private. The code we write shows how we think, and sometimes our emotional state as some comments can show. Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah. There is this great. So, like, I'm sure you've heard of Jira, and we use Jira at work for various things. One of which, of course, is bug tracking. Why won't this work? And there's this great. Oh, come on. There's this great ticket. in Jira. It's one of the oldest tickets, one of the first ones that somebody created as a test. And it's like, our product should create shit. It should process shit. It should generate shit. And then it should create shit. And then people were like added to it. There were various comments to it. Like, yes, we should consider also supporting horse shit, bat shit, and the shit, and just various plays on the shit, on shit. Yes, we use Jira at work. Everybody uses Jira. And recently, like I got into a bit of an argument with one of the guys at work, one of the other senior people at work, because just how we were using the Jira, and the Jira has been the problem with Jira is that you have these project managers, these PMs that come in to the company, and then they need to run their reports. And so they want to run the reports. So they add field here, they add this field here, they add another field. And then they're like, okay, can we start using this field and this field? Oh, we got people over here on the, mobile stream. Bruh, is that CPP? Sir, I'm a full stack developer currently in college and couldn't understand why you're using C++. Isn't it the worst developer experience? Okay. Yeah. That guy's name, Be the Legend. Okay. All right. And then Mannequin TV said, hi. All right. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, Jira. So you have these project managers. They come in and then they want to add. So they have to add their own field. So they add a new field and then they can generate their reports. And then they leave after 8 months. And so now there's this field. And then another project manager comes in. He's like, oh, no, we're going to do reports this way because it's going to be so amazing. And then they add another field. And then this process keeps happening of new project managers, new management running their fucking reports in Jira. And so they add a field, and the next thing you know, you have 4 fucking fields that all define the team. What team is this ticket assigned to? You have the Scrum team, you have the development team, you have the triage team, and it's like it's all the same fucking team, but no, you got to have 4 different fields for the fucking team. And it is such a nightmare trying to create a ticket because all these fucking PMs have come in and they've all just like created these. This is a required field for a ticket. You have to, like literally, there's literally multiple fields for teams and multiple fields for version. There's fixed version, there's target version, there's found version, there's version. Like what? Oh my, it is so. And this is all under one project, right? This is all under this monolithic project because you know how Jira has different projects. And so this is all under this one monolithic Jira project that they've created. And I was like, you know what? We need to get away from this monolithic Jira we don't know. I don't know if we should do that because there's a lot of history in the old project. I'm like, I'm not saying we delete the old project. Obviously, we keep all those tickets remain where they are. They stay where they are because for archival purposes, for reference purposes, for historical purposes, that will project. But let's transition to a different project. And it's all, I need to go through and we need to figure out what reports are it's all about the fucking reports. And we went through some pretty big changes at our company about 2 months ago. I'm sure you can read between the lines. And it's like, who the fuck is looking at these reports? Like the people, 99% of the people who were looking at these reports are gone. And so I was like, you know what? We're going to start using our own project. And then we can migrate to another project at some point. So it's just this battle. Just people are so scared. Well, we've been doing it this way for the past 15 years, so we got to keep doing it this way. Oh. Wow, this chat is silent as hell, says Ludlover64. LOL, let me spice it up. All right. Matthew says, not sure. It makes me miss Trello. I don't know that I ever used Trello. Jira sucks for small teams. Jira is great, but it is so easily abused. And that is the problem we were struggling with at work. And then what happens is people are so used to the abuse that they don't want to come, that they don't know how to get away from the abuse. All right, let's finish. Now I'm angry. I'm pissed off. I'm worked up and I'm angry. All right. I'm mad. I'm mad. I'm mad. I'm mad at you guys. All right. So let's see. Let's see. What do we have here? Clean up dialogue, label mode. Oh, wait. We don't need this label mode active bullshit anymore. We can get rid of that. I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Just calm down, okay? I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. I'm back. Should have left some music with you guys. Okay, what did I miss? Did I miss anything? Oh, I missed a lot of deleted messages. Now I got to view these deleted messages. What? I'll go back here later. Why'd you delete these? Nah, this is boring. Okay, well, I mean, you know, land lovers. He's entitled to his own opinion. He's entitled to his own opinion. It's all right. Not everybody gets us. You know, we're just an eclectic group. Just a couple of guys hanging around, no shirts, just talking about manly stuff like boobs and boners. You know, manly stuff. Okay, let me see. Inputs. Okay, so I think I can do input field. So this is going to be antisocial behavior will not be tolerated. Oh man, not sure. Rules with an iron fist. Walks in, spreads negativity, walks out. No, okay. Well, I miss him already. Okay, label input field. Okay. So what we need is I'm going to guess, let's see, label input field. So I guess this could just be label input field. Input field at this point. Okay, so how do I get the text? Input field text trim. Okay. Fair. Fair. I think that's fair. Okay. Let's see if this works. Let's let it compile. No, I'm really worried about my mother, boys. I might If it was like a Friday or Saturday, I would probably head back out there. But I don't know. She's insisting that she's fine. So. Oh my God. She's insisting that she's fine. So I guess I should not be too overly concerned. Chill vibes in here. TMP input field. So will this input field not work? I guess we'll find out. I'd probably stay for a couple of days. I actually kind of like my mother's because, I mean, I like her. I like staying at her house because she has this beautiful screened-in back porch, which I think I talked about before. Like, I've been considering like not traveling for a few months and getting a screened-in back porch here because I love screened-in back porches. But my mother has a beautiful screened-in back porch, and I'm like, I could go over and work on the screened-in back porch. It's also very chill because it's like. It's just. Wait a minute. Input field should not be. Input field is null. Okay. Well, that's not good. But it's just low key. It's like, there's no pressure. Like my mom's not very like she's not like a I was going to say she's not like a wife that's in need of attention, but she kind of is. She was a little needy. Granted, she had just had surgery on her hip and was like needing help with everything. But she was also very like demanding, like pay attention to me, kind of. And at one point I was like, Mom, you need a boyfriend. And she's like, why? Do you think I need sex? And I'm like, no, I think you need companionship. Like you need attention. Like I'm your son. I can't be your boyfriend, Mom. I love you, but I can't be your boyfriend. So she needs a boyfriend. Her husband died. How long ago did he die? It was like a year and a half now. Almost. It's going on 2 years ago that he died. Actually, yeah. Yeah, it's almost 2 years that he died. And I think that's an appropriate amount of time to mourn. But you know what? If she's not ready, she's not ready. So, no. You can't force her into anything. Okay. So, TMP input field is what Matthew is recommending. Let's try that. Well, actually, let's see if this even gets down there. Let's see. Okay, var. Nashra says, yeah, my mom is in a similar situation. She's lonely. Yeah, my mom is too. My mom's really lonely, and she lives in the middle of nowhere, which is great. Like, it's great for like a couple, but for a 70-year-old woman, it's pretty lonely. So I don't know. But she's always asked me, she's like, will you go to Iceland with me? Will you go to Scotland with me? I'm like, no, I'm not. No. Like, I don't even like to, I was going to say, I don't even like to travel with my wife. Like, I do sometimes, but I really, really like traveling alone. Because when I travel alone, I'll give you an example. This was a few years ago. I was traveling with this woman that I was kind of seeing. And we had just gotten back into the United States. We were coming through, we got off the plane and we were going to passport control. Now, this is before I had global entry and all that nonsense, right? So I had to wait in line with the rest of the cattle. And I like to be off the plane as fast as I can and get to the front of the line because I do not want to wait in line at passport control, right? I want to go from the plane to passport control as quickly as possible because I don't want to be waiting in a line for a half hour. Like, I hate that. I hate it. Who likes it? I'm not unusual. So I know when we land, in my mind, I'm like, okay, we get off the plane and then we rush. We rush to the start of the line so we can get to passport control as quickly as we can so that we don't have to wait in line that long. So we get off the plane and we're walking toward passport control. And what does she tell me? Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. How fucking dare you? How fucking dare you decide at that time You want to go to the bathroom. And it was like, at that point, I was like, nope, this relationship's not going to work. Oh, God. Oh, so that is why I like these little things, I want to rush here. I can relax. Like these little, I can take my own time. That's why I like to travel alone, because I don't have to wait for some busybody to use the fucking bathroom while we're trying to. Now what would have been a 10-minute wait in passport control turns into a 45-minute wait, and makes me angry. So if it's up to me, I'm traveling alone. I like to travel alone. And if you would like to see me travel alone, check out my travel channel at Addy Goes Places. All right. What were we doing? We were doing something. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I didn't do this. Okay. Oh, I think it got it. Let me see. Okay, input field is not null. That's good. That's good. But the get component field was what tripped us up, wasn't it? Or was it? No. Let's see. Get component. So this is what Matthew recommended, but I think this was null. Let's try it. My sister lives near her. Not sure it says my sister lives near my mom, but she only sees her on weekends. I took a trip with my family last year. We almost killed each other. Yeah, my wife is okay to travel with because she gets me and she knows how I am. And also she knows I travel a lot, so she tends to trust my judgment with things like that. But like my mother, it would just be a fucking nightmare. Why are you in such a hurry? Just calm down. We're just going to have to wait in line. And this is the same woman who is like, talking about how close a place is. Oh, it's just right down the road. Which right down the road, to me, right down the road is no more, absolutely no more than a 10-minute drive. 10 minutes is even pushing it. This woman will have the nerve to say, oh, it's right down the road. Meaning a fucking 45-minute drive to town. It's right down the road. And I have to explain to her, Mom, I am not retired like you. On a Tuesday, can you drive to town with me? Well, Mom, I have meetings and I have an hour now, but I need to be back. Okay, well, we're just going right down the road. And then it's just, Mom, why are you in such a hurry? It's like, because I'm not retired. I'm not retired. I have a job. I'm not retired like you. Oh my God. Yeah. And this is the woman whose house I'm thinking about going back to. I'm out of my mind. Oh my God. Okay. Let's try to do this. Let me see. Attach that. Oh, it's right down the road. Literally. Am I out of line saying that a half hour, 45 minutes is not right down the road? Oh my God. It makes me angry. Okay. Okay. Input field is not null. Okay. Perfect. Easy. All right. Now we're cooking with fire now. I'm just looking through all these options here. I just want to see if I see my input text anywhere, which I don't. Oh, there it is. In text. Okay, perfect. So I can probably get it with, probably just with text right there, right? Is that going to work? So if input text equals null, See, like this should be an exception, right? Like that doesn't make any sense to me. Like I don't even want to put that check in there because it's like if input field is null, something is seriously wrong, and that should be an exception. Okay, let's see. Are we adding the points to struct or something? I haven't figured out which data structure we're adding them to yet. I mean, literally, I think it's probably just going to be maybe a map, like a dictionary, I guess is what C# calls it. But it'll just be like a map, right? Like label, name to vector 3. Like that's all it is. All the freaking way down the road. All the freaking way down the road. It's right down the road. What's the big deal? You need to calm down. It's just right down the road. Oh, that makes me... Oh, I'm so angry. Oh, I'm so angry. All right, so this is using a... I'm not crazy about using a... I'm not crazy about using a member variable for the point. I guess it's okay. I would rather it be a parameter to show label name dialog and then to the lambda, but I'm not going to bother with it because we're getting it's working, so I'm not going to bother with it too much. Okay, so at this point when we so if I'm just gonna have it. I'm gonna like if you click confirm and you've entered nothing or spaces in the text box, it's just going to silently do nothing just to piss you off. Okay, so if we get here, we should just be able to say debug log label blah 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 saved at position blah 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 bitches. All right, let's see what we got. It would be cool to make a string of points. What do you mean by that? I feel like we're making a squad clone with a tactical map. Squad is a military simulation game, if you're wondering. I have no idea what that is, but maybe we are. Maybe we are making that. What is squad? Why are you gay? Why are you gay? Why are you gay? Squad. What is squad clone? Okay, squad. Is this it? I mean, I'm guessing there's like some more tactical stuff to it. Let me see. Welcome to Squad introduction video. Okay, let's check it out. Oh, wait.
Welcome to Squad.
Okay.
Squad is a tactical first-person shooter featuring realistic combatants fighting in large-scale 100-player battles that take place all or at a military simulation. Squad builds its primary focus around the combined efforts of the group instead of advantage, be it in...
All right, not sure says look up squad map. Reading the map. Squad beginner's guide. How to read your map.
Welcome back to the channel. We're doing something. Pan around your V, basically but that's the biggest. It also really helps if you guys are new.
I mean, maybe we are inadvertently recreating a military simulation game. Maybe we are. Okay. I want to make sure that this works, and then I think we're going to check this code in and call it a night. I'm going to go ahead and merge, assuming this works, I'm going to merge this to master, and then I think probably tomorrow, off stream, I'll deal with I'll put it into a dictionary, and then I think on Friday or maybe tomorrow night, I think it's going to be relatively easy to basically display. Like when I click on him, well, let's make sure it works first. Before I get ahead of myself. Okay. Point A. And also we can always clear up. We can always make this look prettier later. Right now, I'm just worried about function. Okay. Label point A saved at position, blah, blah, blah. And as far as I can tell, that looks, let's put this one all the way back. Point B. Yeah, and that seems to make sense, right? Because it's going to be roughly the same X, roughly the same Y, but then the Z is much further back, right? So you can see it's 540 versus 382, where all the other coordinates pretty much stayed the same. So that is excellent. I think we made great progress considering how much progress we normally make on a given night, which is often not a lot. Okay, let's see. So let's save all of this. Let's just stage all. Okay. Map points are now labelable. Label, is that a word? Labelable? Labelable? That you can label things? Okay, so we're going to do that. Easy, easy. And if anybody would like to make that dialogue prettier, please feel free to do so. Please feel free. Okay, let me just go here. Oh, do I have this is my Naughty Boy browser? No, that's not my Naughty Boy browser. Yeah, I've told you guys about my Naughty Boy browser and my Good Boy browser. Matthew says we can burn down some good time on that Jira ticket tonight. God, I fucking hate Jira. Oh my God. And literally the pushback I got from the guy, the pushback I was getting from the guy, it was the most ridiculous thing because literally we went through some major changes 2 months ago. And I know you know what I'm talking about. And the people to whom those reports are relevant are gone. They're gone. So I'm just like, why are you so beholden to this Jira project? Like, why? Why? It didn't make any sense. It still doesn't make any sense. But whatever. Oh, is this a pull request? What is this? Oh, okay. This is my pull request. Okay, so I think, let's see, map points are now labelable. Okay, so we can squash and merge this. Let's see. Implementing, or let's see, initial revision of labeling map points. So I think that's pretty cool. And like I said, I don't think it's going to be too terribly difficult to it's going to be relatively simple to put them into a data structure. I don't think it's going to be too tricky to have the data structure implemented in such a way that when we tell the green guy to like go to a point that we get a list of the points we've saved and then we can select one. What might be a little tricky is management of those points, right? Because you're going to want to be able to edit them. We don't need to necessarily worry about edit, but we will want to worry about deleting points that we've labeled. One of our reports was that our feature was behind by 300 days. The feature was done. You would like this. What is this?
You're going after AIG. We can talk about it. But one of the things you want to do is break that company up. I assume that you want to own that company only for the period of which...
I feel like I've seen this before.
...that it would get broken up and then you'd want to leave, no?
Not necessarily. Sometimes. A lot of times. But you talk about activists. Let's go for the first one. I still own it. 31 years, ACF. Well, let me tell you...
I think I have seen this. Is this where he's talking about like he fired people but things still worked as expected or something like that?
Don't worry about ACF. I don't mind. You can listen a few minutes, have your drinks a few minutes later for something, but I'll tell you the fast little story here. So I was a kid, 31 years ago compared to today, and I see this ACF, and I'm a workaholic, and I keep working on companies. I see this company sells for $30.
Oh, then there's nobody that knows what the 12th floor does or something like that. Yeah.
At the rail cars they own, and I look at all the stuff that they got. They don't make any money. And I look at I'm an old gray Madad guy. I still am. And you look and say, this is so cheap. So I take all the money. By that time I had a fair amount of money. I mean, nothing like today, I guess, but enough to, put in $400 or $500 million or borrow it or whatever I did.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Humble brag.
And I bought a lot of the stock. So now we're going in and we're saying, this is so cheap. It's $30 and they got all these assets. They're not making any money, but what the hell? So I finally get control of the company. I get the company. And now I go in and, I'm a good math guy. I don't believe in micromanaging. So I meet the CEO and he says, oh, Mr. Ike, I would love to have you. I mean, after a bit of fight, we still love to have you aboard. Boom, boom, boom. I said, great, let's be friends.
Yeah,
so
okay.
They manufactured rail cars. I won't bore you with the details, but they had a lot of companies. And in the rail car business, the secret is very simple.
Rail
You get
cars.
But the government wants to incentivize you. So the government says, okay, in other words, you can depreciate the rail car over 5, 6, 7 years, but you can keep it for 40 years. So you get this great depreciation, so it's great tax incentive. So the secret is you got to make money, though, to use the tax benefits, right? So these guys kept buying companies, and every company they bought, they lost money. So that's what the real problem. So now I go, and they got 12 floors on 3rd Avenue, when real estate was pretty good. I was early age. And I say, okay, you're the guys that lease the rail cars. You're the guys that do all the darn work. And that's a true story, and it's sort of amazing, but it still applies a lot to today. Maybe not as much. Well, pretty much as much.
Yeah, if I remember this, like there was a floor where nobody knew what they did, and they didn't do anything, and then he fired them all, and nothing changed. I think if I remember this story.
It's hard to believe, I know. So I go in, and like a good math guy, he was a good numbers guy, a good poker player. I'm going to go understand what they do. So they said, Mr. Icon, go to the 12th floor. We go to the 12th floor and write a yellow pad, and they try and explain it, blah, 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 and you do this. And these guys do this, these guys do that. I go to the 7th floor, new guy. Spend the whole day, go home, take a look at my yellow pad. I can't figure out what the hell they do. So I go back the next day, and the 7th floor, 9th floor, 8th floor, boom, boom, boom. And I say, I'm not an idiot. I can't figure out what the hell they do. It's like razzle dazzle. This guy does that. And I study this. Well, what do you need him to do that? Oh, this is very arcane stuff. You're not going to understand it. I say, okay, fine. So finally I say to him, I'm going to St. Louis. I want to see the guy who's the COO. I want to see the guy that manages the stuff, that makes the real cars. Don't go, Mr. Icon, don't go. So I say, well, why shouldn't I go? He said, they're scared of you. I said, what do you mean scared? What did I do? He said, nah, they depend on us. They depend on us, and we tell them what to do, and they're very worried that they might do something with us. I said, well, I'm not expecting to do anything.
He's going to fire them
So I
all.
go back, 8th floor, 9th floor, 7th floor, boom, 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 boom. Go back home, can't figure out what the hell's going on. So I said, screw these guys. So I called a guy, his name is Joe, in St. Louis. I said, look, Joe, I want to come see you. He said, of course, Mr. Icon, I'd love to see you. I said, do me a favor, don't tell the CEO I'm coming. I just want to come myself and talk to you, but don't get nervous about anything. He said, why should I be nervous? I said, you're right. This guy, Joe, is like a John Wayne character. He was a captain in the Marines, a tough guy. I was scared of him. And I'm sitting there looking at him, we're talking, and we're laughing, and he's showing me stuff. I understand what he does. He does this, that, boom, boom, boom. So I said, I want to have a drink with you. So we go out and have a drink.
And he says, I don't know what the hell they do at the other location.
I want to ask you something. I don't want you to think that he intend to do anything, because I don't want you to be nervous. You know, why should I be nervous? I said, I just want to tell you, I wouldn't know how many of those guys in New York you need to support your operation here, because I honestly can't figure out what they do. And he says, I'll tell you what you should do. I'll tell you how many supports I need. I need minus 30. So I say, Joe, what the hell does that mean, minus 30? Because you don't have the balls to do what I'll tell you to do, just like that. I said, what's that? Get rid of all of them tomorrow. Get rid of all of them. And I'll need 30 people less that have to support them with the numbers that they don't need from me. So I go and I say, hey, it's unbelievable. I can't believe this. Now, today, I would have done it immediately, got rid of the whole bunch of 12 floors. But then I still was wondering, maybe this guy Joe's a little crazy. How could I get rid of 12 floors of people?
You would think.
I figured, how do I do that? And meanwhile, I knew the guy who owned the building. And he said, Carl, I could use the lease if you get out. And I don't think these people do anything. I watch them. And I said, bullshit, he's a real estate guy. What the hell does he know? So I now go and I figure, what the hell do I do? So there's a consultant around. And, consultants are okay sometimes, not too often, but sometimes. But I brought these guys in, nice guys, Columbia University at those days, and they were the great leasing experts of the world. Leasing, they do this for all these companies. I call them in, 3 guys come in, and one is a professor at Columbia, and he says, Mr. Icon, we understand your problem. Very arcane. I said, yeah, I heard that word before, really arcane. So I say, I want to know what they do. Don't worry about it. 3 weeks, we'll be back. It's $250,000. I said, okay, I'll pay you $250,000. Come back in 3 weeks. They come back in 3 weeks. Now, this is sort of hard to believe, but it typifies America, but people don't believe it. Comes back in 3 weeks.
Doesn't know what they do.
Big book, boom, 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 yellow graphs, red graphs, green graph. I say, hey, I ain't gonna read this book. I said, and I'm colorblind anyway. So I say, all I want you to do, here's a yellow pad. I did very well in school. I'm a numbers guy. Tell me what they do. And I said, here's your $250,000. So I give it to him. And he looks at me, he smiles. He says, you know something? You've been square with us, Mr. Icon. You seem like a good guy. So I'm going to tell you something. We don't know what they do either. I'm not joking. I am not joking. But here's the funniest thing. I mean, it's really sort of funny. I said, screw it. I called Joe up. You know, he comes over. He said, great, do it. I gave him this severance. Nobody was mad. Got rid of the whole 12 floors. Sold the lease for $10 million. That was a lot then. And
It's this guy, he just loves talking about how big his dick is, doesn't he? Oh, well, $10 million. That was a lot of money then. These days, whatever. But $10 million. Oh, yeah, my dick is so huge.
Let's say you bought a grocery store and shut it down. You'd hear from somebody. Somebody didn't get the apples right. The pears were rotten or something. If you had a flower shot, the roses wilted. It was like out of a science fiction movie. It's like they never existed. I never got a letter. I never got anybody calling me. They left. It was like one of those bombs, that just hit the thing and kills all the people and the building stays. But I follow those principles a lot in what I do. There are very many companies.
Yes.
And it's nobody's fault really, but it's just the CEO doesn't care. He's making a lot of money, and today it's very dangerous because a lot of these mediocre companies are borrowing money, and they're borrowing money.
Yeah. So, I mean, this was exemplified kind of also by Elon Musk, right? When he bought Twitter, how like he went in and fired like 80% of the staff, and people, of course, because for reasons people hated Elon Musk, and they're like, oh, well, Twitter's going to fall apart. Twitter is flailing. Twitter is barely holding on. Meanwhile, like if you use Twitter, other than the content or the people leaving and all the whining about it, did you notice any technical differences in Twitter's functionality? No. Fuck no. Like a lot of companies are bloat. A lot of it is bloat. In the tech field especially, a lot of it is bloat. However, there are times when companies go a little overboard with the trimming, and then because you can trim a lot of fat, right? You can trim a lot of fat. But when you start trimming muscle, you're going to start running into problems. But obviously at Twitter, but I would say in IT companies, the majority of the staff is probably unnecessary. Like if when you start talking about an engineering department, then that's not including just programmers. That's programmers, testers. That's also like product. That's also management. But when you start talking about an engineering department that has like over 100 people or 150 people, that's when you start kind of getting into like, okay, I bet there's a lot of redundancy here, or maybe not redundancy. There's probably a lot of fat. There's a lot of fat. When you start talking about engineering departments that are that big. Yeah. Let's see. Matthew says Steam, biggest game platform on the planet, about 300 staff, all highly skilled and no BS. Yep. No need for thousands doing busy work. Yeah. And then look at Schedule 1. Like you have AAA games that are like have thousands of literally staffs of thousands of people, and they can't compete with a game that was written by one programmer and a couple of people that were helped out with music and assets and shit like that. Like a team of like less than 10 people. So yeah. Steam made their own OS. I wonder if they outsourced it. I would bet they probably did not. I would bet I am not familiar with the Steam OS, but I would bet that the Steam OS is a derivative of Linux, and it's very easy to just kind of modify a flavor of Linux and call it your own OS. I mean, that's what Android is essentially, right? And to some extent, that's what Mac OS is nowadays. Woof, I got the hiccups, boys. All right, well, and that is going to do it for me for tonight. I think I'm actually pretty happy with the progress we made. I think, and like I said, I was a little overly ambitious when I came into the stream, hoping that maybe we could actually be able to tell the green guy to go somewhere, but we can't. But we definitely have the groundwork down. we can select it and we can name it and boom. And so all we have to do now is just get this into a data structure and then be able to have that data structure populate some UI thing when we tell the green guy to go somewhere. And then honestly, once we have the point, telling the green guy to go to the point is actually, this is one of the really nice things about Unity. It's pretty easy to do. You just kind of say set destination and go, and then the green guy goes about it. But then there's all kinds of things we can do with that, right? Because like what I'm curious to see once we can, like one of the things I am curious about is if I can get the green guy to walk past this guy, we'll call him Pink Guy. If I can get green guy to walk past Pink Guy should just start chasing green guy. Like it should just happen that way. Like I shouldn't have to change anything. It should just work. So, and that's when you start getting into like this emergent behavior territory, which I'm pretty excited about seeing. And we're getting like, I know it looks like shit. Like aesthetically, I know it looks like shit, but we're getting a lot of the mechanics in place. So anyway, I'm hoping that progress will increase exponentially, right? Like the more groundwork we put into it, the faster things will start to come along. We need a run command for the child. No, we don't. I don't think we do. Oh wait. Do you mean do you mean like actually like run, like walking fast, like running? Because I was actually thinking like one thing. Well, we might have to figure something out better, but I was thinking of adding another menu option that would just be go to, but it would just be run to. So like a go to means he just kind of goes at one speed. Run to means he runs. And then I also want some kind of way to be able to yell, right? So you could be able to yell to the green guy, like stop, and then he would just stop, or like come, and he would come to you, something like that. Once the main systems are in it, it really comes together. Although the final polish of the game can take ages. Yeah, I can see that, but I'm excited because the one game I wrote years ago, I just remember once you get those systems, once you get those main systems into place, and then actually seeing the game be like in a somewhat playable state, that's just really exciting. It's a really exciting experience. No, a go to destination command. Right. So yeah, so that's what I was thinking. Not sure. Like we're gonna have this go to, which he'll walk, but then maybe we can have a run to, and then also like the polishing, like in polishing the go to, maybe can have a drop down. Like, does he run? Does he hurry or something like that? Like I don't know. We'll have to figure. There's things we're gonna have to figure out. But all right, boys. As always, thanks for joining me. I hope to see you and everybody else. Razman dipped out. He came in, he dipped out. But anyway, whoever can join, I hope to see you guys here Friday. Until then, have a great night. Have a great day. And I'll hope to see you on Friday. All right. Bye, guys.